Hi there, good morning. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 30 minutes of my day. I'm going to be doing a little work on the covers. I've been working on all the signatures for the text blocks. A lot of work. Not terribly exciting. It's prepping all the papers, doing the sewing ahead of time, like they've been pressed and now, of course, before you sew them all together into a text block, the best time to do any kind of fabric or lace sewing on edges, that's when you want to do it before it's all one big chunk. So I've been working on that. Now the next step I need to do is, and I've got Frida here as an example. The other books are in their various trays on the other side of my room here, is I really want to put some metal on these ladies. They're tough ladies, and I want them toughened up. So I'm just going to show you what my thoughts are, and then we'll do one of them together. And the reason I have to do the metal work at this stage is, I need to glue you down. At this stage is because all these metal items will be, whenever possible, affixed right through the cover using brads, screws, nails, eyelets, that sort of thing. So it's important to do that now at this stage so that when I put in the end papers, the end papers will cover up the unsightly side of it, which it would be. So that's my thinking today. Is I'm going to show you. I'm not sure who's going to get what. These are just my plans. So in a minute, I'm at my standing table right now, my work table in the middle of my room. So in a minute, I'm going to pause after I've gone through and shown you what my ideas are. I'm going to move my camera over to my desk, and we'll do one of them together. So what I'm thinking is, I really love this piece, and I forget where I got it from, but it obviously is some kind of a keyhole. And I just love all the mucky aging on it. I love that it's very warped and it's been bashed around a bit. It makes me wonder what is in its history. It's missing one of the, it's got these heavy-duty brads still on it. I'm hoping to use them. I'm hoping to be able to open up these and use them to actually put it through and put it on one of the covers. Now I want to take a little inspiration from Jessica Rapp over at Two Silver Oranges. She does a really cool thing that I just love. She will put an eyelet right here, and then she'll hang a really cool charms, dangles, keys, just interesting stuff. And usually what she does is eyelet here and then hangs it, and it usually can be removed, so if it's driving you crazy, you could take it off. And I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do up here on each cover. So I've made up some plans of what I think I like for one of them, not necessarily Frida. I want this, and I have this key. My daughter found them actually, a whole bag of these on Facebook Marketplace once for a terrific price. So they are metal. They're faux keys. Obviously, look how cute they are. But I suspect somebody was, maybe putting goodie bags together for their wedding or something like that. And so I got all kinds. You're going to see some more. Now I've got this, and I got this in Happy Mail, I believe. And it is looks like it was a first place for a solo, it's a solo music award for the Illinois grade school Pretty cool. So I like this. I want to take this apart because it was actually a medal that got pinned on. So who knows how old that is. I don't believe they do this kind of award anymore. Usually you just get a certificate now, and maybe a ribbon. So, and then I'll reuse this ribbon somewhere inside the book that gets this. But I like that charm. It's kind of cool. I like this key. And I like, I know it's just a random thing, but I mean, that's also what Jessica does, random metal things. This is off of somebody's old curtains. Back in the day, when they used to hang, the curtain would go, this ring would go onto the curtain rod that way, so that it could wheel back and forth, and then the curtain hook would go through this, so that your formal curtains could, or drapery, could hang from it. But I'm just going to put it like that and put it on as well. So I like that one. So that's going on, I'm not sure which book yet. So we'll put those aside. Then I like, again, this is completely all kudos to Jessica. She loves using these. It's a drawer pull that you can slide a label in behind. And what she does is she puts them on sideways here, and then she uses the drawer pull to be able to hook either ribbons or elastics around as a closure for the book. And then you can still put a label inside there. How brilliant is that? So, one of the books is going to get this, and then for the eyelet up here that will have dangly things, I have this. I'm not sure whether this is a leaf or a feather, but I like it. I found I have a whole necklace with a bunch of these, so this is one of them. And then a little brass colored coin is going on that. And then I have this. This was also off of a necklace that I found. So, and now that's definitely a feather. So I'm going to, I like that. So that's going to go on one of them. Let me move these over. Then, I think this is the one I want for Frida. I have this old latch that was obviously on a cupboard or a door or a gate. And I really like it. And I think that's going to go on because I thought if I move the latch over to there, that could also be a hook to put, elastic or ribbons or some kind of, a loop to hold the book closed. So I love that. I think that's cool. Now this book is small enough but tough enough. It can handle this, I know it. And again, up here for the eyelet, here's another one of the keys from the Facebook Marketplace find. And another little brass key. I like that one. So they're going there. And then this, I don't even know what this is. Someone will know. I think it's probably one of the plates that goes on the other side of a lock mechanism for a door, I think. A lot of these metal things I do find at my Weigh and Pay thrift store. That's, oh my goodness, I guess it's about a half an hour away from here. And they just have laundry baskets full of hardware metal type pieces, and there's no rhyme or reason to them. You literally have to sort through these baskets full of metal that have doorknobs, lock pieces, screws, screwdrivers. If it's an old metal hardware thing, they just toss them in these baskets, and there must be 10 of these baskets all along one row. And I just hunt through. What I usually do is I make sure I'm not wearing any jewelry, because when you're going through there, I don't want to hurt anything. Then I also will search, I will sort of look over the baskets until I find some kind of a hook, whether it's a garden hoe type hook, or usually I can, or even a screwdriver will work, and I'll just use it to help me go through, because sometimes, and I'm surprised they haven't had an accident yet, sometimes I found that I could reach in, burrowing through, looking through the metal, and there would actually be sharp objects in there. And I did cut myself once, tiny little scrape cut. It wasn't enough that I went to them, but I realized at the time I probably should have, just to let them know, you guys, someone... Anyhow, I'm off topic as ever. Anyhow, that's how I do find a lot of my metal stuff. So I'm thinking I like these ones for Frida, and maybe that might be what we work on today. Then I really love this one. What kind of looks like an eyeball. It's a drawer pull. That's vintage for sure. I used to have a little Duncan Fife table that had a drawer in it, and it had this exact pull on it. They were very popular for a while. So I really like this, and I'm thinking that will go in. I'm going to have to work on it. I've measured. It should work. I need to find a screw that fits, but I'm going to have to punch a hole that big so that it goes through this cover, comes out the other side, and I can put the screw in to hold it. And then there is a tiny, oh, let me get centered here. There's a tiny little hole there that I will put a brad through, just to secure it so that it doesn't want to do this on the front cover. That little brad will make sure it stays in whatever. I haven't decided yet whether I like it like this or whether I like it like that. I don't know yet. And then as well, for the eyelet that I'm going to put up here, I have this. Now that's definitely a leaf, so that's going to go up there. I have another one of the Facebook Marketplace keys that will go with it, and then I have another little, a little old vintage brass key that is going to go with it. So far, those are my plans. What I'm going to do now is pause, and I'm going to head over to my desk that's over by the window, get set up, and we'll do one of them. I think we'll work on. We actually will work on Frida. So, give me a second. And in a flash, there will be a new background. Hold on. Okay, we're back. So we are going to work on Frida. Oh, I guess it would help if I got the metal work to put on her. There we go. So Frida is getting those eyelets. I'm going to pause and go get eyelets. Okay, got eyelets. Keys. I need my little blue kneeling pad. My little gardening kneeling pad that I use for when I'm poking through things with an awl, which I will be doing. So, I'm trying to decide. I'm just trying to decide whether I want this pokey thing to stick out over the edge, or whether I want to bring this in a bit from the edge. I kind of like it there. I hope it's showing up on the camera. There's a circle here, and I kind of like that this circle, it just looks like it was made for that little spot. So I really like that. And that sticks out a little bit if it's there. But in a way, that kind of makes it adjustable. If I use a ribbon, the new owner can simply put their ribbon around it and then click it into place, and think about it, that would pull it tighter. So sort of like, you know, girdle strings back, corset strings back in the day. So, and then these. Now I do think I need some circles so that I can put it through. That's not urgent though. So I've got these I forget what they call this shade. It kind of looks like oiled bronze. Is that the correct term? I think it is. And it seems to go nicely with the shades of all these old metals. Because now I'm still wondering whether I want to use metal to hold these together or whether I want to use like maybe a string, a ribbon to tie it through and a bow. That would look kind of cool and grungy, I think. All right, let's see here. I've got small brads in that same shade, but I'm not sure, first of all, whether they're big enough or whether they'll fall through those holes, or whether I'm going to need to use a more full-sized brad and maybe age it a bit with some alcohol ink. So first of all, let's see. I like the size and color of these. Let's see whether that would... Okay, that's a good size. I like that. Those are long enough that I also have to make sure, because it's a tiny brad, the prongs are a little shorter than what a standard brad would be. But I feel like a standard brad would possibly overlap over the edge, and I like that. I wish I had some of those brads that actually look like a screw. They're cool. That would have been fun. That's all right. We use what we've got, right? When it's a junk journal, you're using up your junk. All right, yes, I like that there. All right, so let's put you over here. So we will we'll work on the latch first. And I'm going to need my awl for that. This is pretty, it's pretty self-evident where I want it. I don't think I need to worry too much about using a ruler or anything, because I'm using the embossing on this side of the cover to run that edge parallel on it, and then I'm using that circle in the embossing to sort of tuck in that little piece there. So I think I can just safely go ahead. This has been cleaned. It's just grungy. I've wiped it down with a little alcohol towelette. And this is just, it is what it is. I like it. I like that it's got old paint on it. There's some pink paint there. So who knows what this was... Who knows what this was the latch for? It's cool. All right, I'm going to put it where I want it. I want some pins. 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 There we go. All right, so I'm just going to hold it down, and I'm going to poke right through. There we go. It's done. And then what I do is hold it in place. For the time being. Hope you're doing well. Gosh, that was fun last Sunday. And anxiety-inducing doing the giveaway for the Edith Extravaganza. I didn't think to say only comment if you're in on the giveaway. And that sort of made things tricky for me as far as trying to record and trying to pick over and over and over again until I found someone who was participating. So that made it hard on myself, but live and learn, right? Because I'll be doing it again. So live and learn. All right, I love that. Now, I actually didn't need to hold those in place anymore. Sometimes if I have to run and answer a phone or go change a load of laundry or whatever I'm up to, I feel safer holding it in place with pins until it's completely done, simply so that I don't come back to the task and start poking and I've poked it in the wrong place. So here we go. Now, as ever, when you're poking holes through covers, you get the displaced chipboard and paper and what have you. And I like to take that off. I don't poke it back in. I take it right off. So I just use an X-Acto blade and do my best to cut away from me to avoid any trips to the ER. Maybe I'll use my awesome little tool that my son-in-law made for me. I love this knife. But it also scares the daylights out of me. It's so sharp. But it does what I want. There we go. I still haven't picked end papers. I'm going to turn you right around. I still haven't chosen end papers yet for all these ladies. I'd like something interesting. And I'm not sure. I'm not feeling the pretty, fluffy, frilly. I'm thinking I want something a little edgy. All right, there we go. I'm still going to just put a little bit of 3-in-1 glue on here, but I am expecting the pardon me. I'm expecting the brads to do all the heavy-duty work. Where is it? Sorry, I was looking around for my glue. I'm expecting the brads to do it. Now I'm wondering whether I simply want to use a little bit of double-sided tape instead. I just want it to just keep it snug, so that it doesn't want to jiggle a little bit if the brads aren't snugged. I'm going to use double-sided tape. Like I said, it's not my intention for the tape to be doing the holding down. So let's just do this. Want a fresh end. Sometimes I worry that the end that's still curling out can get a little dusty and not be sticky. So I usually will pull it out and rip off a little tip. All right, here we go. We've finally got a warm week coming up where I live. We had quite a bit of snow yesterday, but it's going to be so warm today that I think everything we got yesterday will be gone by after lunch. This stuff is so sticky. I didn't tear that. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to press that down a bit, make sure it's well applied. And that should give me, I'm thinking I might put a little bit more just across here, right there. Yep. Come on. This part's tricky for me. And I watch Nick the Booksmith and she just flip, 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 and up they come. And it's never that easy for me. Nope, you're still sticking. Come on, stick down. And then up you come. Let's do a little Nick flip. Nope. All right, well, then we'll get on with you. I'm going to pause and get this done. Okay, so I wasn't thinking. Tweezers was much easier. Bip, bip, bip. It was coming off, so there we go. All right. Get that out of the way. Over we go. Now I'm going to tilt this a bit. I hope you can still see what I'm doing, but I need to be able to see those holes, and it's easier with the light from the window shining through. Let's see. And then I want to check. I'm going to stand up and see before I press down. I'm happy. Nope, and then I moved it. Yes. Alright, so that's just, like I said, just giving me a tacky surface so that it just gives a little grip, but lets the, sorry about that, my head hit my camera. So that it just sort of does a little extra holding on, but lets the brads do the work. It's these tough little brads do the work. I love using brads because I've got a little grandson named Brad. So I always think of Brad. All right, why aren't you going through? Are you being a little bit of a... Let's put you through here first. That way, if it's kitty corner. Oh, here's an interesting thing. Do you say kitty corner or catty corner? I always grew up saying kitty corner if you do something on the opposite. If it's square and it's opposite corner, you know, like you're at an intersection standing waiting to cross the road, and sometimes you can cross. What you're looking for is, what is it? I grew up, we called it kitty corner. But I've heard people say catty corner, which I find interesting. All right, come on, in you go. There we go. All right, so they're all through. Now I'm still going to leave it on the smushy gardening mat. And I paused my timer when I was playing with the tape, so the little beep you just heard is was me starting my timer again. So just looking for where the, there we go. There we go. Oh, now what are you doing? You tried, yep, you came out. All right, well, we'll get the others done. Come on. Yep, there we go. All right, now I've got to put you back through. There we go. I'm going to hold my finger behind it and support it. There we go. All right, now my favorite kitchen knife for doing things like this, where I don't need it sharp, I just need it strong. There we go. Now I'm going to support this brad from behind and do it again. There we go, and same with here. So I'm basically just putting my fingertip, holding the brad, pushing the brad through as far as I can, and then flattening it out. All right, let's see. Yeah. Yep, that's what I want. There's my circles. Yep, I'm happy. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, now. I saw something back here I want to work on. I am not happy with this. So I am going to use some, I'm going to use some 3-in-1 simply because obviously this is contractor's masking tape, which when you use it on paper within 3 days it becomes permanent, the hold. But this surface isn't paper, and it is just, it's saying to me I'm not happy. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of 3-in-1 because I know the 3-in-1 won't mind it. And it's just a little extra support behind those brads, just so that we know that Frida and Mona and Meryl and all the others, that they will hold their spot. Maybe I'll just put it right on here instead. There we go. And I will do this as well. If my timer goes off, then I'm just going to let you know. I will be doing something similar to this over these brads as well. Yeah, not happy with you. And I do it over here. This one's going to have the text block in front of it. I do it over here simply because it helps to smooth out these little bumps. I don't know what end papers I will be putting in yet, and if they're a little bit thinner or a little bit more delicate, I don't want these bumps to show through whatever end paper it is I use. So simply it can just be, it doesn't have to be masking tape over here or even over here. It could have just simply been paper and glue paper down over it. It's just, some of you might be saying, you don't have to do it, and you're probably right. I just do. Oh, come on, you. Thank you. Let's do you. So I'll probably simply glue down a square of paper there. Which means, if I want to be able to use that as the latch, as the hook for either an elastic or, say I want to use sari silk, I'm either going to need, oh, there goes my alarm. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Okay, stop. So I will be probably, and I'm going to have to decide again, I probably put an eyelet here on this other side so that the ribbons. So that said, since I want all these things that you've got to do in the right order, I do want to put an eyelet here. I'm going to need to put my end papers in first so that this side of the eyelet, you know how they self-finish themselves? They curl back on themselves. And if I did the eyelet right now and then went to put my end papers on, I wouldn't get that nice finish on both sides of my eyelet. So I'll be holding off on that today. But I will, I am going to finish the other covers. I'll post a picture to Instagram so you can see who got what. But there's Frida. She got the latch, and we'll see. I have a feeling that one drawer pull that looks kind of like an eyeball, I'm probably going to put her on Meryl, because Meryl's the one, it's from the painting called The Cheat, and she's sort of looking sideways out of the corner of her eye at the guy that she suspects, rightly so, of cheating. And I kind of like that eyeball on the front where Meryl is keeping an eye on him in the card game. Anyhow, I'm going to get going. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And we'll get together soon, probably, who knows, tomorrow or the day after. Take care. Have a great day.